Can just talk about this whole thing that how does it feel to study in an international environment like this? Or actually, where are you from?
I'm from Australia.
Australia?
Yes.
From the neighborhood.
Yes, just down the road, around the corner, other side of the world. So where are you guys from?
Hungary.
Hungary. Cool.
So it's a little bit closer, less than 2,000 kilometers.
Yeah, not that much, but still. International environment. Studying constructing architecture. It's going to be something that's very, very important to have the experience as well as on your CV, something like that in the future if you are going to go against someone who hasn't had that international experience. What people are looking for these days, I feel, is people who have that experience in an institution or a school like VIA can provide that. I study in a group of 4 on project-based learning. In my group there's a girl from Spain, a guy from France and a guy from Bulgaria. So we're all from different parts of the world and we all bring something different to the table. The fact that we all have come on exchange, we all at home we study something different. So the girl from Spain does a lot of structures, so she brings that. I do a lot of design and we all can work as a group. We've actually got a very good group this year, so which is happy. Living here in the international environment, you can see at lunchtime this place is just packed with people talking hundreds of different languages and all interacting with each other. The after school life, the school council here, student group, they put on things like parties, theme days. We have a school bar, so there's dress-up nights, competitions, things like that. So you're always mixing with people from another culture, which is also a good life. It's a great life.
I wish I had this opportunity when we were younger.
Yeah, well, I've actually I studied my 3rd semester here and went home and decided that I thought this education was better than at home, and came back for my 5th semester, 6th semester, and hopefully I'll finish my 7th final education here. Yeah, because I came back because the project-based learning aspect of the course is incredible. The fact that it is like real life. Constructing architecture, we have a building that we're working on, and everything that we learn we apply to this building. We don't apply it to little activities or tasks. It's all based on our project, and we take this building all the way through the semester and add little things as we go, as we learn. Not everyone does the same thing. You might not have an elevator in your building. We might have to investigate that because we have one in ours. That's the freedom that you get here. You still have the lectures, you still have all the materials that you get from the teachers and the help from the teachers, but it's your responsibility to find out what you actually need and ask the questions and explore it and things like that. So that's why I came back.
And how do you get evaluated? Whether you're good or not, or whether you are an excellence?
It's on that, I don't know what the scale's called, it's like 1 to 12 scale, and there's not a written test in my course, it's a presentation. So you go through the semester, you have 3 presentations, outline, scheme design, and your final presentation. And only on the final one, the teachers, you'll be in front of 7 teachers from all the subjects that you've learnt, and you'll present your final project to these people, and then one by one you'll have, I think it's 15 minutes, and they'll ask you questions about the project, about the details, things that you learnt, things that they know that you they want you to explain, so to gain your knowledge. Once again, it's like real life. You're not going to go into a job and be sat down for a written exam. In this field, you're more likely to go out there and present a project or an idea to someone. So this is also giving you the chance to get that public speaking under your belt, and which you won't normally get with a written test or things like that.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
And what's what do you think? Actually, what do you think your chances are to get a good job after you finish the school?
So far, I'm hoping pretty good. In my 6th semester, we go into a practical placement. So last week I found out I got the job for my practical placement at Schmidt-Hammer-Lassen Architects in Aarhus. I'm not sure if you guys know them. They built the library in Aarhus and the Black Diamond Library in Copenhagen. So I think just with the experience that you get here and the fact that I went into that interview and I knew what I was talking about, and I was confident after having the public speaking experience here, gave me a better chance, and it's paid off so far.
And how can you support yourself, actually? Can you get enough internship or is there any?
On exchange at the moment, I get a little help from the Australian government, so it's just the exchange. I also play basketball, so they help me there as well. I play for the Horsens basketball team, and they pay my accommodation. If I wasn't that, you could get last time I was here, I did cleaning jobs. I just did whatever I could because Denmark isn't a cheap country, but there are ways. It's just another challenge that you get here. I know when I first came here, I was shocked at how expensive things were, and I think it was almost double of what we were paying at home for things. But you learn to adjust, and then you learn to appreciate things more and use things scarcely. Prioritise.
And where do you live? Do you live in this?
No, I did the first
apartment?
time I was here. I lived. These weren't actually built, so they had 100 students in temporary housing. They were kind of not shipping containers, but just the on-site housing, which was everyone thought was, why are you going to live in a container? But it was the best way to live. It was all brand new, all decked out. And
this is what you call container?
No, this was before these were built. They were, I think, behind schedule, and so we lived in these. There was 100.
Oh, those are really containers. We saw. On the way we drove here, we saw some big containers with windows on it.
Yeah, something like that. But they were similar to that. They were temporary housing, and it was the best fun. I said it was better than living in Kamchatka and C Block before these. I don't live in these now. I've been in them. They're amazing. Have you had a look at them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's not a bad place, but
student accommodation right there. I actually live now with the basketball team, so they gave me accommodation in an apartment as well. But I don't think housing is really. If you don't want to live here, there's apartments all over town that you can rent. You just have to do your research.
How do you do the research?
There's websites, or you'll notice on the boards here, people will put up a sign saying there's always a sign saying someone wants someone to live somewhere and looking for a roommate, and things like that.
How can you get along with Danish people, basically? Because that's also a big issue for.
Yeah.
Because they are said to be a little bit strict and I don't know, kind of distant
yeah.
keeping.
They're very to themselves. Being on, I guess I see a different side of them being on the basketball team. There's myself and an American, and then everyone else is Danish. I don't find it too hard. I actually think they're very much like Australians in their way of life. I think they're more relaxed than us in some aspects. Like if you go to the big picture, like their job, like the hours they work, I think it's excellent compared. Like their standard hours is 8 till 4, and back home it's normally 8 till 5:30. So I think that's just amazing. I don't find Danish, as long as you're friendly, they'll be friendly. I don't speak Danish yet. I'm taking classes. The school here has Danish classes, so they start on Wednesday. So everyone speaks English anyway.
That's true, but isn't it a question of respect or something to speak Danish here since you're here?
Like of course, if you can't speak Danish, I normally speak, like I can say thank you and no thank you and just please and all the basic things, which is not too hard to pick up along the way. If you just say, oh sorry, I don't speak Danish, I'm sure they've heard it 100 times. Especially like the people in the supermarkets around this area, they're not going to be putting their head down or snobby because
Turning
you don't
around,
speak
just-
Danish. They expect it, and I think a lot of Danish people, if you speak English to them, they'll obviously start speaking English, and they feel that they learn. Like, they think the Scandinavian culture prides themselves on how well they speak English. And for them to have the opportunity, if you don't speak Danish, okay, I'm going to speak English. And they might not normally get that in their normal life, so they could see that as a plus as well.
Do you have time for traveling and doing other fun stuff that
Yeah.
you normally do?
Not so much this time because of basketball commitments, but last time I was here, I went on Easter break. I went to Croatia, Poland. Where else did I go? I went to Scotland, Portugal, and Spain in 6 months. So I did all those little trips from Billund, which is not even 40 minutes or something. I don't know if you guys came into that airport from here. And if you get on Ryanair, it tends to, if you find a good flight, you tend to share it with everyone, and you end up seeing half the people from your class on the same flight going somewhere. It is. It's quite funny, and I think Ryanair being so close to Billund and Aarhus is another benefit of not. People might say, oh, you're not near Copenhagen and you're not near the big cities, and you've got Aarhus, which is a big city, a big student town as well, and you've got the Billund airport there as well. So I did do a lot of travel.
And actually, how is life around here? Because what I heard that Danish people don't really have, I can't say social life, but they like to spend their time at home or after work. They stay at home, especially during the weekends. And
Yeah,
is there any place you can go and have fun? And are the streets noisy after, I don't know, 10, midnight?
There's downtown. There's lots of pubs and bars. Crazy Daisy. There's always something going on downtown. I think Horsens put on special, like the medieval festival that was here about, I think, a month ago, and they just turned the whole city into this medieval theme, and that went on till all hours of the morning. I think Horsens is realising it is a student town, and they're now accommodating for that with more things opening later, and there's always pubs and clubs. The school bars open from Wednesday to Saturday as well, so there's always something to do. And if you get a bunch of people, I mean, living so close to everyone, you're always in your social groups, and you can go to Aarhus. It's only, I think, 20 minutes on the train, and there's 100 things to do down there as well. So in the summertime there is like the beach and the sailing and things like that. I haven't had a winter here yet. I'm a bit scared.
You go home for the winter all the time?
No. I stay here.
You stay here?
Yeah, I'm here for I think about a year and a half. I know I'm braving the winter. I heard last winter they had a rough winter.
They had snow here.
Lots of snow.
Actually, how could you get used to this weather after the Australian climate?
It's actually not too bad. It's not necessarily the weather, it's the fact that it gets dark. It starts to get dark really quick. I was here in February last time, and it was dark at 4 o'clock, and I think that just kind of shook me. But in the summertime it's not dark till midnight, so it's two extremes as well. The climate, you're always indoors, everything's heated. A lot of people say that you're in the cold, and you're not really in the cold, you kind of move from building to building. So, and then you play in the snow, and there's heaps of snow, so that's when the fun happens.
That's another financial thing. how much do you think it costs to live here? If you're a average normal student with no basketball background and
Yeah.
just an everyday,
An everyday student? Oh,
just to get along. I mean, I'm talking
Yeah.
about the minimal. I'm not talking about.
yeah. Including, I don't know about I think the accommodation is 1,200, not 1,200, 2,100.
Yeah, something
Danish
around.
kroners.
Yeah.
And then food and things like that, it's probably, you could get away with, on the very bare minimum, 200 kronas a week. Even less. Like there was a period last time I was here, I lived on about 50 kronas or 20 kronas a day, like if you had to.
That's not bad.
No, it's not. It's all what you do with it. It's all, if you're gonna come here and you're gonna party, you know, have beer and everything, and all that going out expense. But if you're here and you have to be here, you're here to study and you're here to, like I was you're here now, you can live on. You don't have to be spending great amounts of money.
That's a great thing.
Yeah, it's pretty. It seems expensive, but if you want to, you can make
You
it reasonable.
think it's doable for a student if he can find, I mean, some kind of a part-time job like cleaning or
It's a lot
dishwashing in a bar or.
networking, a lot of networking. I suppose like the European job crisis, the crisis hit here as well pretty hard. The cleaning job I got was through a friend from the basketball team as well. If you talk to enough people, like a lot of the guys in my class actually have part-time jobs at factories, because this is factories are a big thing in Horsens. I think they were known for packaging back in the day. So there's a lot of factories here. I'm sure you can get agency work, like you put your resume in and they call you for work, things like that. But apart from the fact that there was that job crisis, I wouldn't come here banking on that you're going to get a job. Come here prepared to look for a job and then but have a backup plan.
Yeah, so you need a backup plan.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wise. What else? I mean, there should be plenty more questions. What would you? Do you have anything else you consider to be important to say? Because I might have missed questions and just.
Important to say, apart from
housing, living costs, and
bike, get a bike. Another thing is here everyone rides everywhere. There's a lot of I think second-hand stores you can buy bikes from. Another networking thing: ask your friends, look on the boards around. A bike is probably like gold here.
So you can save a lot of money on traveling. Plus,
you can use buses. Like the bus system here is excellent as well. But if you want, it's not far to get here from town. You can walk into town, but a lot of the students like to have a bike. That's another thing that I like about the Danish culture anyway. Is everyone bikes everywhere.
And what do you think about safety here? I mean, I heard there is not much crime or nothing.
I haven't seen any crime. I think it's extremely safe.
So you can leave whatever on the table and you'll find it there?
Yeah, well,
even here in the campus?
We leave like our computers in the rooms. Everyone's kind of respectful of, like, in the same boat. No one wants their stuff stolen, and I don't think anyone, I've never heard of anyone having that laptop stolen from, like the classrooms all have lockers in them if you use them, but if you go like to the bathroom or come down and get some lunch, take a lunch break for an hour, you can leave your stuff there. There's not issues.
It's a great thing.
Yeah, another thing I found here was the amount of, like, everyone's got laptops, everyone's got bits and pieces that I think everyone realises they're worth more to the person than they're really worth, monetary wise, so I've never heard of anything.
So basically you can leave, if you happen to leave your dorm door open, then that's okay.
As I said, I haven't heard of anyone
That's great.
going in and taking stuff or nothing kind of know.
Oh, and the that's another important thing. What if you get sick? Whatever,
like
any
the
kind of problem.
hospital, you need to go to the hospital.
Yeah, either or just to a regular doctor.
Yeah, they have this yellow card system. So when you come here with your residency permit visa, I don't know if you guys have to do that. I know we had to. Everyone gets a yellow card. So the yellow card is, I think it's somewhat, you have to look it up to be specific. I'm not 100% sure, but it's like an insurance thing. If you have a yellow card, you get a doctor, and then if you're sick, that doctor will see you. I think the system is really well set up. I know one guy had a bike accident here and went to the hospital, and like he wasn't charged anything. Like the ambulance came and that. My friend from Australia came here and has actually had to drop out because she was carrying a backpack around and got deep like blood clots in her arm because of the weight of the backpack. And she's had lots and lots of troubles with that. She's been here 2 months, 3 months now, and has to go home because of it. But the hospital here has taken. She's been in hospital 12 times or more, getting tests and things like that. So everyone's looked after her as well. So I think the health system. I've been to the chiropractor, physio, like everything's available as well. So it's just down the road really because it's a small town.
So once you have this yellow card, you have the access to everything that a regular.
Like a regular day. I think that's it. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, you'll have to check up or ask someone else about the yellow card. But yeah, that's my understanding of it anyway. I haven't really had to use it yet, except you.
Well, that's good.
So, touch wood.
Her place.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's, around the campus, like facility-wise, there's the supermarket and that just up the road. There's a lake around the back, so there's a nice track around the lake if you run or anything like that. There's soccer fields out there. There's the Forum basketball and soccer stadium, about a 10-minute walk on the hill. So the Horsens have a soccer team, and they play games there. And the Danes are very passionate about their soccer as well, so that's always busy. And they have the Forum. Horsens is actually known for the concerts that they get here. They just had AC/DC and U2 playing up here as well. And they've had Madonna in the past. So they get all the big acts. So the arena apparently, everyone wants to play in it because it's just, like amazing sound. And so I think, I'm not sure who they've got next. A word on the street was Metallica. I don't. Yeah.
So that's gonna be next.
I don't know. But
Well,
that's
maybe. That's what they say.
That's like the big acts that they get here. So it's another one to keep an eye on as well. Just to see what they.
Well, this makes this town even more famous.
Yeah, it does. Well, I wouldn't be surprised as time goes by how it might become known for all the acts that they actually get here. It's only a new stadium that's been built, so everyone's now kind of working out. I went to the U2 concert and it was just, wow, amazing, the 360 live. They put on a great show up there. There's a shopping centre, the main street, so you've got all your mall and things like that. Train station, all within half an hour walk, or if you have a bus as well, just in town.
We can ask them, but it's
Theatre, movie theatre, 3D, yeah, in English as well.
No.
So yeah, you don't have to go sit and watch Danish movies. And
They have to be in person.
I'm trying to think, there's the water, so there's sailing, there's all boats. There's a little bay, beach area. And the swimming pool's up as well, and there's lots of gyms downtown too.
Does the school have a swimming pool or
No,
this kind of facility?
No facilities like indoor
Because we're talking about
gym
accessible
facilities or anything like that. They don't have anything. I'm not sure if they're planning on getting anything.
So this is not actually this is not part of the education system. I mean,
No, this is just around
this is
town.
this is just
You can do.
this is not what they deal with here.
Yeah, no. But a lot of the students, like the guys, play 8:30 on Wednesday at indoors, like free of charge. You just go and play, pick up basketball, or I know our class. This is just in our class. I don't know what other classes do, but they have every Friday at 2 o'clock they play soccer. If you're getting to a group, organise something like that. It's all available as well.
Because it's always important for students to know if they can find something to do other than studying and school activities, so something related to some kind of a sport.
Yeah, so there's also always something going on. You just have to
We have them coming
ask
here
around,
one day.
and everyone's friendly here, and everyone's like, yeah, come play, come play.
Oh, they come here.
Yes, for one day.
Great.
But there's several persons,
Wow.
so I mean, there should be.
I've run out of questions.
One other questions? I think I've covered everything.
And then sometimes we have some students coming in a few days later.
Thank you very much for your help.
No worries.
So you can see yourself again.
Yay.
Thanks.
No worries.